When looking back on all the drafts in NBA history, there are some that just seem to stick out. 2003, LeBron, D-Wade, Bosh, and Melo all got drafted. 1984, Hakeem Olajuwon, John Stockton, and of course, Michael Jordan. But one has always stuck out to me. It may not have had Michael Jordan or LeBron James, but overall, I think it's the most well-rounded NBA draft of all time, with over 10 great players. I'm of course talking about the 1996 NBA draft. 3 future MVPs were taken in this draft class, but the teams got the order a little off, so I'm here to right their wrongs. Today, I will be going over the redraft of the 1996 NBA draft. And before we get into it, this is just my opinion, so don't get too mad. If you have any disagreements, leave a comment down below. But if not, let's get started. With the 14th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Eric Dampier out of Mississippi State. Eric Dampier was originally taken 10th overall, so he falls a little here. Dampier's career lasted 16 years and spanned across 5 different teams. Dampier was a consistent role player, but he never did anything too crazy. His career averages were about 7-7, so he was nowhere near bad, but you'll see why he only clocks at 14 on my list. With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kerry Kittles out of Villanova. Kittles would actually have one of the best rookie years out of everyone in this draft class, as he would average 16 points per game in his first year. He was a consistent Nets player for the 7 years and helped them become Eastern Conference champions in 02 and 03. Kittles would have a knee injury in 01, which started to take a toll on his career, as he would retire in 2005 after playing only 11 games with the LA Clippers. Kittles was an excellent role player and had a huge piece in the early 2000 Nets, so that's why I have him to be taken 13th overall in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 12th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Derek Fisher out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Fisher was originally taken 24th overall in real life, but in my opinion, he definitely deserves a boost. He is best known for being the starting point guard on the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, and he would finish his career with 5 NBA championships. You can't say he was carried either, because look at this game winner he hit in the Game 4 of his series against the San Antonio Spurs.
They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer!
Now, no matter what Matt Barnes will say about him, Derek Fisher is an absolute legend and deserves to be picked number 12 in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 11th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Marcus Camby out of UMass. The 2007 Defensive Player of the Year was originally taken 2nd overall, so he falls a bit here, but it isn't because he's bad. Camby was a 4-time block champion and a 4-time All-Defensive Center while in the NBA. He spent time on the Raptors, Knicks, Nuggets, and other teams, but played great almost anywhere he went. He's most definitely one of the most underrated and underappreciated big men in all the 2000s, and that's why I believe he should have been the 11th pick in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 10th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Zydrunas Ilgauskas out of Lithuania. Zydrunas might be best known for being LeBron's early teammates, but he deserves much more respect than that. Ilgauskas ended up being a 2-time All-Star, and the fact he was taken 20th overall in real life shocks me. He seemed to be able to do it all, except shoot I guess, but other than that, he was the total package. Zydrunas would average 13-7 over his 14-year NBA career. I think this will go down as the most underrated players of all time. That's why I believe Zydrunas Ilgauskas should have been taken 10th overall in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 9th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Sharif Abdul-Rahim out of Cal. If you thought Zydrunas Ilgauskas was underrated, wait till you hear about Abdul-Rahim. When you look up bucket on Urban Dictionary, a photo of this man should pop up. Sharif was a consistent 20-point-per-game scorer in most of his career, and will go down in the Michael Redd Club of underrated scorers of the 2000s. We should be talking about him more, but he seems to just get lost in the ultra-competitiveness of the 2000s. That's why I believe the Mavericks should have taken Sharif Abdul-Rahim with the 9th pick in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 8th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the New Jersey Nets select Antoine Walker out of Kentucky. Walker averaged 17 in his rookie year and was already a stud 1 year into the NBA. He was one of the most consistent players we will ever see in this redraft, as he averaged around 20 years for his entire career. Walker would finish a 3-time All-Star, a 1-time NBA champion, and would average 17, 7, and 4 over his entire career. That's why I believe he should have been taken 8th overall in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 7th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Peja Stojakovic out of Croatia. Peja was one of the best 3-point shooters before the big boom in the 2000s and set a standard before Steph Curry took over. Peja was on the All-NBA team in the 04 season and ended up being a 3-time All-Star and was a champion with the Mavs in 2000. Now, he should have been a multiple-time champion, but that Lakers series happened. But anyway, Peja being this low should tell you how good this draft class actually is. And that's why I believe he should have been the 7th pick in the 1996 NBA draft. With the 6th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Stephon Marbury out of Georgia Tech. Actually, this is the first time in this redraft where the guy I reselect actually played in the team he got drafted to, so that's cool. Also, not only is this man a basketball legend, he is also a shoe legend. Cannot forget the Starberries. Anyway, Marbury is a two-time All-NBA member and a multiple-time All-Star. He would finish his career with a career average of 19 points per game, the highest we've seen so far. Starberry will go down as an absolute legend, and that's why I have the Celtics taking him 6th in the 1996 NBA Draft. With the 5th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Jermaine O'Neal out of Columbia High School. Now, Jermaine won't be the last high schooler we'll see in this draft. We'll get to him later. But Jermaine O'Neal is probably the best defensive player in this class. He would consistently average over 2 blocks per game and would join 6 All-Star teams and 3 All-NBA teams. He will also be named the 2002 Most Improved Player, but after an 18-year NBA career, Jermaine would call it quits and would average 13-7 over his career. Now, I love Jermaine O'Neal, and I will probably dedicate an entire video to him in the future, but before I spoil too much, let's go on to the next pick. With the 4th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Ray Allen out of UConn. Now, these top 4 picks might be the highest pool of talent we've ever seen in a single draft class, so let's get into it. We all know Ray Allen from the three-point records, or more specifically his 3 on the Spurs in the finals. Ray would have gone down as the best shooter of all time if it wasn't for Seth Curry's brother. But Ray Allen is the first Hall of Famer we've seen so far, and well, it's deserved. Ray Allen was a 10-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA member, and a 2-time NBA champion. Nothing else about Ray Allen really needs to be said. You can see it all in the stats. Ray averaged 19, 4, and 3 over his career, and will go down as an absolute legend of the sport. That's why I believe the Bucks should have taken him 4th overall in the 1996 NBA Draft. With the 3rd pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Vancouver Grizzlies select Steve Nash out of Santa Clara. Steve was originally drafted outside the lottery in real life, which is absolutely insane to me. Nash would go on to become a 2-time MVP. And I don't care if you think those MVPs should have gone to someone else picked in this draft, because in the long run, it really doesn't matter, because he still won them, and he won them for a reason. His son's teams were consistently at the top of the league, and Steve was consistently one of the best players in the league. By the time his career came to an end, Nash would be named to 8 All-Star teams, 7 All-NBA teams, and be crowned a 5-time assist champion, and like I mentioned earlier, a 2-time MVP. That's why I believe the Grizzlies should have selected Steve Nash with the 3rd pick in the 1996 NBA Draft. With the 2nd pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Allen Iverson out of Georgetown. Iverson was actually named Rookie of the Year in this class, so let's get into it. AI is an absolute legend and will go down as a top shooting guard of all time. If he wasn't on the Sixers in 01, you know, the year they made it to the finals, they probably would have ended up as one of the worst teams in the entire league. This shows you how good AI actually was. At points, he's probably one of the best players in the league. AI was named a Hall of Famer, 11-time All-Star, 4-time scoring champ, 3-time steals champ, 7-time All-NBA, 1-time Rookie of the Year, 2-time All-Star MVP, and lastly, Iverson was named the 2001 MVP. Iverson is an absolute legend of the sport and definitely deserves to be a top 2 pick in this draft. Anyway, let's get on to number 1. With the 1st pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Kobe Bryant out of Lower Merion High School. We all know Kobe at this point, so let me just read off some achievements. Hall of Famer, 18-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ, 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 15-time All-NBA, 12-time All-Defensive Team, 4-time All-Star Game MVP, 2008 MVP. And lastly, he even won an Oscar. Kobe is an absolute legend and one of the best players of all time. So it's not hard to see that Kobe Bryant definitely deserved to be the 1st overall pick in the 1996 NBA Draft. I want to thank you all for watching this video all the way through, and real quick, if you liked the video, confirm it by clicking the little button down below. And I guess that's about it. See ya!
Shoot the 3. Pass to Kobe. Block the shot. Pass to Kobe. Defense. Pass to Kobe. I'm on the bench. Pass to Kobe. I'll be dreaming. Pass to Kobe. My check. Another Kobe. Even this.
Come on, Ron, be a pony.
For Kobe.